If your lead guitar playing sounds a little bit flat, a bit samey, everything's at the same volume, it could be that palm muting is the thing that you're missing. And palm muting is not just for chugging. In this video, I'm going to show you what palm muting can do for your lead guitar playing, 3 ways to use it to add dynamics, and why it's not just a rhythm guitar thing. Palm muting isn't just an on and off thing. It's a dynamic control. You might think of palm muting as that thing you do for chugging. But for lead playing, it's about contrast. Some notes are muted and some are ringing out. The difference between them is what makes a phrase really breathe. It's a bit like speaking in a monotone versus varying your voice. The words are the same, but one puts you to sleep and the other one keeps you listening. Now, what are the mechanics of palm muting? Obviously, it's going to involve your palm. So we're going to be using the very side of our palm on our picking hand and placing it on the bridge. You'll see on this bridge, the string is coming over the saddle. What you want to be doing is putting a little bit of your palm across where the string comes off the saddle. So if I play a note with no palm muting, it will sound like this. And if I just rest that bit of my palm on the string and pick it again, it's a much more percussive noise and it doesn't have the sustain of that open note. Now when you're starting to learn palm muting, you'll find moving the palm back and forward until you get the right sound is really important. If you go too far this way, the note's just going to completely die out and not really make a nice sound. And if you're too far back that way, you won't hear any palm muting at all. So what you can try doing, put your hand on the bridge, behind where the string comes over the saddle, start picking the note, and then just slowly move your palm forward, making contact with the string until you get a nice percussive muted note. And of course, muting works on all the strings. Just got to adjust the position of your hand a little bit. Now that you know how to palm mute correctly, how can you use it for your lead guitar playing? Tip number 1, mute some notes, not all of them. Instead of muting everything or nothing, you can choose just to mute some notes in a phrase and letting other ones ring. This is a great way to give your solo some dynamics. Think of it like accents when you speak. You don't shout every word. Some are a little bit louder, some a little bit softer. Same thing here. Those muted notes are your quieter words, whereas the ones that ring out, more open, they're your louder words. That sounds pretty flat and like everything's just fighting for the same attention. But this that actually sounds like a phrase that's got somewhere to go and actually says something. That same selective approach can give your rhythm parts real dynamics as well. So muting some notes and not muting other notes can really give some great dynamics to your rhythm playing as well as your lead guitar playing. So tip number 1, use muting selectively within a phrase to give contrast. Tip number 2, it's not just on or off, it's a dial. This is one that a lot of tutorials seem to miss. They'll tell you that putting your palm on the bridge equals palm muting. It's either on or off. But that gradient is where the dynamics live. Light pressure on the string with your palm mute will dampen the notes down, make them a little bit softer and rounder. Medium pressure will choke the note off a little bit more. A little bit heavier press will give you that tighter, more percussive sound. Really good for rhythm guitar playing. So it's not just on or off, there's a range in there. Just sounds like someone's turning a light on or off there. You're going from an open note to a heavily muted note with nothing in between, no variation. It sounds a little bit more like you're using a dimmer switch, so giving some heavy muting, some lighter muting, and those open notes as well creates a lot of dynamics in the playing. So tip number 2, treat muting like a dial. Different types of pressure, heavier, medium, lighter, they all give a different sound and a different effect. Hey, if this is making sense to you, hit subscribe. There's more of these quick lessons coming. Tip number 3, use muted passages to build tension in a solo. This is dynamics at the phrase level, not just the note level. Instead of thinking about what individual notes to mute, use whole muted passages to use it as a quiet section in your solo and use the more open, unmuted strings as a louder section. Think of a solo as like a song within a song. You wouldn't want the whole thing at full volume. Muted sections build sort of a quiet verse. They pull the listener in, create some anticipation. Then when you lift off and play unmuted, it hits harder because of what's just come before. Hit solo sounded like someone was just shouting at you for 2 minutes. But this, that actually sounds like it's going on a journey of some kind. So tip number 3, use muted passages as the quiet sections and more open passages as the louder section. So that's what palm muting does for your lead guitar playing. You're not just putting your hand on the bridge and chugging away. You're using it to create contrast in a solo, varying your pressure for different sounds, and building whole passages to give your solo somewhere to go. Mute selectively, use it like a dial, and use muted passages to build tension. Do that and your lead playing will start sounding dynamic instead of flat. Once you've got your palm muting working for you, the next thing to throw into your dynamics trick bag is volume control, which is where your playing really starts to breathe. If this helped, don't forget to hit subscribe for more quick guitar lessons. If you want to see some solos that I think rule, check out this playlist here. See you in the next one.